Hi everyone, this is Kuro, and I'm going to be doing something today that I have never done before. I'm going to be doing a movie review. And this movie I'm going to be reviewing is a 2008 film called 7 Pounds, starring Will Smith, directed by Gabriel Muccino, and written by Grant Neaporte. At least I think that's how you pronounce his name. The rating on the movie in the US was PG-13. In the UK, I believe it was rating 15, and in Japan, I believe it was R15 plus. Though I am not an authority on that. Someone will have to confirm that. The runtime on the film was about 2 hours long, 123 minutes to be exact. And the primary stars of the film, as I said earlier, Will Smith was the main star, Rosario Dawson, and Woody Harrelson, as well as Michael Ealy and Barry Pepper. So this will be a non-spoiler review, in that I will try my best to analyze the film without giving away too much of the story, nor giving out any of the plot twists or the ending of the film as best I can. And hopefully by the end of the review you'll know or have a better idea of what I thought of the film and whether or not you feel it may be a film that you would like to watch. So as a quick plot synopsis, 7 Pounds is basically a story of a mysterious IRS tax auditor named Ben Thomas, and we follow him as he tracks down several strangers in order to reward each one of them with a gift that only he can provide. So at its core, this film is mostly a story of repentance and retribution. I feel that it is very cleverly revealed, however, through a very interesting, mysterious, and well-crafted narrative. It's clear to me that both the director and the writer put a lot of effort into crafting the story so that it shows the audience just enough to build curiosity about the main character's motivations, and at the same time, it helps to make us curious about where the story is actually going to take us. So, who would I recommend this film for? Well, honestly speaking, I think I would mostly recommend this film for people who have an appreciation for subtlety and deeper meanings in cinema. This movie has a very powerful message that it's putting across, but it's putting it across in a very interesting way, and it's intended to make you think. This movie is trying to get you to think about these issues, but it may not play very well with all audiences, particularly audiences made up of folks with very strong religious sensibilities. You'll see what I mean when you actually see the film, but just keep that in mind that it's not a film for everyone. But it's definitely a good film to watch if you want a little bit more out of your movies. If you want to think a little bit or come away with a message, 7 Pounds is a good film for you. So, what did I think of 7 Pounds? Well, before I give you my rating, I'm going to explain to you my rating system. I will be rating all of these films on 3 categories. For this particular film, I'll be rating the story, the level of acting, and the rewatchability of this film. So each of these 3 categories will be rated off of a 6-point system, whereby a rating of 1 would mean that it's horrible, a rating of 2 is poor, a rating of 3 is average, a rating of 4 is good, a rating of 5 is excellent, and a rating of 6 would mean that it's absolutely perfect. These ratings will apply for the story and the acting categories. However, the rewatchability categories, though they will be rated on a 6-point system, they will be slightly different, and I will explain that later on in the video. So as far as the story is concerned, I feel the story concept is very strong. It's very unorthodox, and for some people they won't see what's coming with this story because of its intricate or unique concept. As far as the script goes, I think the script was strong, but not as good as it could have been. There are some lines of dialogue in the film where I felt like, would they really say this? But overall, the script is very good. The characters However, I think they suffer a little bit. The characterization is pretty much average. There aren't too many very interesting characters in the film, to be honest, in this story. They're mostly run of the mill. Of course, with the exception of the primary main character, Will Smith. The others are kind of just average. The emotional impact of the story, I feel, is strong, though it could have been better. Honestly, when I finished watching this movie, I felt that I should have been feeling something more than what I did. And maybe that's just me, but I feel that something was missing there. There was a bit of a disconnect with the emotions that the film was trying to elicit from me and what I actually felt. As far as the scientific accuracy, there are some things in here, at least in the medical portion. I won't spoil too much. That are a little inaccurate and a little like, okay, can that really happen? But that is what it is. So overall, I give the story a rating of 4.1 out of 6. As far as rating the acting, I think that the cast did a pretty good job, but looking at them individually, I would say that Will Smith's role as Ben was good. It was strong. But it could have been better, honestly. I really don't think this was his best work. I feel that you can definitely feel that he brought some things to that role, but at the same time, for me at least, he wasn't completely believable in that character. Rosario Dawson as Emily Posa, I felt she did an absolutely outstanding job. I believed her 100%. She was Emily Posa. And I feel honestly that she was the strongest point of this film in terms of the acting. Woody Harrelson's character as Ezra was interesting, and I feel that there were things about that character that Woody Harrelson could have brought out that he didn't. I don't know, perhaps he did, but those were just edited out. Or maybe he wasn't given enough information as far as to the motivations of the character to bring those elements out. I just felt that his character was a bit hollow and left a little more to be desired there. Michael Ealy, or Ailey, I'm not sure how you pronounce his last name, as the brother, I felt he did a pretty good job in what he was given. I think he was very believable and passionate where he needed to be. I think he did basically what he needed to do, and it was a pretty good job for him. Barry Pepper, he is actually one of my favorite actors, and I think he did a pretty good job as Dan Morris, which is Ben's friend. I'll put it that way. And though he's not given much as far as screen time nor lines, I feel that he puts a lot into it, and you feel you get a connection with his character through Barry Pepper's performance. I think he did a very good job with that. Then we have Elpidia Carrillo, who plays the role of Connie Tepos in this film. And honestly, I feel as though her performance was just outstanding. She did a fantastic job playing this woman. Her motivation seemed real. She seemed to me to be Connie Tepos. She didn't miss a beat, and she played fantastically well off of Will Smith. Actually, I think that in most of her scenes with him, she kind of outshines him. But yeah, I think she did fantastic in this, and I look forward to watching more of her films moving forward in the future. Joe Nunez, he played the role of a hotel owner in the film. He doesn't do much as far as moving the story along, but I feel that he does a good job with what he has to do. He follows a script, and he serves his role pretty well. As well as the actor Bill Smitrovich, who plays George in this film. He also does a good job, but nothing outstanding. Nothing outstanding really at all. They're just pretty much there. They're reading lines from the script, and they are the characters that they are, but they're not really bringing much more to the roles to make themselves stand out at all in the story. And then there are the roles of Holly, which was played by an actress named Judy Ann Elder, and the role of Nicholas, which is played by a young actor named Quentin Kelly, a young boy. So I feel that Holly's role possibly could have been done with another actress. I felt that was a very important role in this film, but the actress Judy Ann Elder, for me at least, just did not sell it to me very well. I did not really feel any connection with her at all. Yeah, so that's my problem with that. And as far as Quentin Kelly is concerned, he was a kid, but honestly, in this film, he didn't do hardly any acting at all. He had no lines. I'm not sure if there were lines that he had before and were cut out, but in the feature film, he has no lines and he doesn't really do any acting at all. So with that being said, I'm going to give 7 Pounds an acting rating of 4.1 out of 6. So now for rewatchability. Is this a film that you're really going to want to watch again and again and again? Or is it a film you're just going to watch once and then toss it over someplace? Well, let me first explain how I rate rewatchability. So how do I rate rewatchability? On a 6-point scale. A rating of 1 means that it's a movie that I've watched, but I will never watch it again. A rating of 2 means that I'll watch it again, but only if I must watch it again. Meaning, a friend wants to see it with me, or something like that, or a group of friends, or something like that. A rating of a 3 would mean that I wouldn't mind watching it again. Meaning, I've seen it already, and it doesn't matter to me whether or not I see it again. A rating of 4 means that it's a film that I feel I need to watch at least 3 times. A rating of 5 means it's like a film that I feel I need to watch it again and again, like every couple of months, or every month even. Every few months, I need to watch this movie again and again to get more from it, or just because I enjoy it that much. And a rating of a 6 would be a perfect score, in which case I would feel that this movie is required viewing, on a weekly basis. This is something that you need to watch, over and over and over again, like each weekend or something like that. And with that being said, I rate 7 Pounds rewatchability at a 3.5. What does that mean? That means that I feel that the movie, most people who watch this movie will not feel like they need to see it again in order to get the deeper meaning that's there. I feel that the movie does a very good job at filling in those holes. So while you're watching it, and when you get to the end, you've figured out what the director and what the writer were intending. You know what the story is. You know what the lesson is. So there's no additional thought really needed. You don't really need to go back to the film to rewatch it again just to get those little nuances. I think you can get them all pretty much through the first viewing. That's just my opinion, however. Maybe others will disagree, and if you do, please offer your explanations or in the comments area. But yeah, that's what I give. I give 7 Pounds a rewatchability rating of 3.5. So, overall, I give the film 7 Pounds a Hansho 3 score of 4.1, 4.1, and 3.5. The story has a very interesting concept. It has an above-average script. The characters are slightly average characters. Emotional impact is very strong, however. And the scientific accuracy is kind of typical Hollywood science. The acting overall it's above average, with outstanding performances by Rosario Dawson, as well as Ilapedia Carrillo. I hope I'm pronouncing her name correctly. But just average or slightly above average performances by Will Smith, and a very average performance by Woody Harrelson. However, Barry Pepper's performance I also feel is strong. And with rewatchability, it's a film that, you're going to watch it the first time and you're probably going to get it the first time. There won't really be a need for you to rewatch it again in order to understand the complete story. There aren't too many other hidden subtext there. At least I don't believe so. I could be wrong, however. So that's it. 7 Pound gets a 4.1, a 4.1, and a 3.5. Thank you for watching this video, and hopefully you'll tune in for more as they come along. This is Kuro, signing out. Thank you for watching. どうもありがとうございました。
じゃあ、どうもありがとうございました。やばいよ。